So this is Andrew Taylor. I'm coming to you with the apples. I'm on next to the airlines, but we're gonna be busy next week. So I'm just dropping these ones now. We gonna be printing out actually my label contract, like a brief review of my label contract, documents, resumes, modeling portfolio, so and medical stuff. Medical stuff. I probably do brunch, but that's not here to there. I mean, we had moved over, and this for register my music for overseas. We moved to the States. I want to say in the beginning stages of Bush Jr. and Sr. being elected presidents. Yes, so we was more into like New York, and yeah, they was more like New York, DC. But Philly is the old capital of the United States. Like the capital of the United States used to be Philadelphia. So they was like, all right, fuck it, let's just put them in Philly. Like, so they like that shit. So like, I got introduced to like New York kind of culture, and so I'm Rocnation via, I want to say journalism, music, and just I want to say culture, just culture. That's like where I stand at Rocnation. Now we have a sister office in North Philly, and they just lost someone. And I just had to like say how I feel about it, because I definitely called, but I was busy. I was like locked in working on my mixtape. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you some pictures of them, and they're really good. They do prison reform and catering, so you could take. So they do prison reform and catering, and yeah, so they do prison reform and catering. So that's kind of like my sister, our sister office. And the last time we spoke, the person passed away. His name's Hakeem. So the last time we spoke, I think was he did a Diamond Cuss event, and Diamond Cuss, she's a Philly DJ, but she's not like a Philly DJ. Well, Philly and Baltimore, I guess Jersey, they have like a good like club scene. I was like working on a mixtape. I just finished the EP. And it was called Sing Rap Produce, and it was mostly house music. And we were having like discussions of when we were going into our next stage of our like, I'm gonna say career. Like, is it how y'all want to do Jersey club, Jersey swing, or house music? Like, I'm more on the house music side. Like, I just like that vibe. Like in Jersey, New Jersey, they like club music and beach music. But like, if like real bitches know, like the dance hall and like the deep house music for like when you in your space, like mornings, prepping, getting dressed, showers, spas, whatever, just driving, whatever it is, like real bitches know it's house music. So, but both is acceptable. So he was there for like, this was around when they were like experiment. A lot of people were experimenting more. I can't just name one person because there's more than one person who was doing it. So a lot of people were like getting into just house music and club music, like the club scene. So I can't, and there was a lot of people doing it. But we was with Diamond Cuss, and that was like the last we had spoke. Moved a building and a studio for victims of domestic abuse, and as well a recording studio on the 1600 block and just in Temple area in general. And that was like in the beginning stages. The approval rate, I want to say they was working on not the pink tape, but the black and white EP, or pink and red EP, pink and red EP, that had like a couple of songs on it. Glock in my purse. It had some cool records on it. It was on like the coming out of heavy. So coming out of heavy in the beginning stages, and I think the people at OVO, I think they were working on like the Honestly Never Mind vibe, and I had just came out. We had just did the house tape, so all of this was house music. All of this was house music and club music, like all at the same time, for whatever reason. So yeah, so Hawk was there for some of those sessions, for a couple of the Diamond Cut sessions, and she's big on Philly radio with club music. She definitely gets you like, she gets you there. Like I probably have to drink and smoke, but it gets you there. It gets you there. It definitely had me nod my head. And I don't even nod my head and shit. I don't at all. And yeah, so it's not just it's like multiple things. So a lot of those sessions, as far as like sample clearances, files, documents, approval for grants, all those type of things. So all those type of things, and I love Hawk a lot. So I just made some calls, and obviously for me linking up, because I'm thinking about linking up, and it's just whatever. But this isn't necessarily like for me what I'm asking for. Like for we need to do studio renovations in Southwest Philly, Delaware. I'm just for me. That's how, just for me. So we could definitely open a budget up on that, and that's definitely gonna happen. How fast it happens, and how obviously this is our Rock Nation sister office. So how fast, like they do it better. They do it better. They know how to work with me personally. Love Hawk and freaks my family. Knows my family. Freaks my family. So listen to my music. Has had lunch with me. Has prayed. Listen, has them upstairs praying facetiously. Yes. So yeah. So just yeah. Just something that's important to me. That's important to me. Like what type of personnel I would like, because people were like, I feel like somebody that's had, I don't want to say popping, but 10, 15 trending or musically developed records that I could listen to. Like 10 or 15 musically developed records that I could listen to. And I'd be like, yo, I like it. Like that would make a personnel to me, like 24 of them. So then when we could, like, you've had 30 popping records, like it's a lot, but it's not a lot, because I don't just want anybody with me, because I want things to be so pristine. And the Rock Nation is asking for iHeart submissions, potentially Billboard submissions, potentially Grammy submissions, SoundCloud categories for the Grammys. That's what we're asking for. So like maybe 10 or 15, 20, if you're not just talented, but like moments or articles, or that meant something, that were like hitting 30 personnel, because I can't just have my niggas with me or have my family with me. Like I could, but like they all popping in their own regards and got their own business stuff going on anyway. So that's not necessarily something to delegate their time, space, and energy to in such a capacity. That's people that were unable to move successfully. Yeah, so that's just a conversation. Yeah, so that's something for me. So like, and we've done it before. We've done it before in the Cecil B. Moore area, Temple area. Like, yeah, like I might need 30 personnel. So that's something to ask for, and that's not something outrageous for me to ask for. Maybe give me 10 personnel, 15 personnel. We're gonna move a studio down here. Why not? Who's not to ask for? I feel like linking up. And another reason that kind of bothers me about the whole Hakeem thing, it's not like that. Like the stuff they do, our sister office does. They don't necessarily make Dreamville's cloud blog. They might not make a My Mixtape article. They might not make, I don't want to say, I don't, they might not make the local news article. They might not make the newspaper. but they do stuff that's important. Like not at a freaking rate, but I feel like when we do stuff over here, it's just like it's whatever with the media. Like that's just a fact. Like that's just a fact. It's whatever with them. But personnel for me. But as far as a Roc Nation artist and what they have a bag for, like what they have a bag for, and when they will get involved, like necessarily, care about. I don't necessarily care about you as in your music, your what type of project you're putting out, your fashion sense. But now, when it comes to, let's say, OVO artists, like after that whole club music scene, Jersey club music, house music scene that y'all did, overall, like as in an area, and that goes from damn near from Toronto to Philly to Jersey to DC. Listen, what y'all did, now it's like something. Now it's something and I'm involved. Like now it's something and I'm involved, and I'm asking you for this because I want these people to, again, I don't care if we're doing a we're doing a catering event, we're doing a prison reform event, we're doing a prison reform event for people that got off of a life sentence and got appealed and were able to come back to their families and have been incarcerated for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, or maybe 5, 6 years, or whatever it was. I would like that. I would like that to make. I would like that to make blogs. I want that to make some blog spots. I want that to make iHeart. Not only that, it generates income, it generates interest, it keeps the competitive motion of things, and we're all competitive people. So that's what they're asking me for in particular, and I'm gonna have a bag for it. So, but that, like, immediately, that's what I would like. So a personnel fit who's had 15, 16, 17, 18 articles, and we can have a co-host for a fixed fee. I've had a fixed fee. I've had a co-host before. But when I was coming to reform to do as a co-host, I was like kind of already established. Already had like 15, 30 things that was like y'all kind of understand what's going on here. So that's a conversation. So love Hawk a lot. So Neptunes just dropped 24 hours ago, 36 hours ago, not even. No, it came out on the weekend. Shout out to everybody who's listening to Neptunes. Shout out to everybody who's listening to Neptune, Audio Mac, YouTube. We dropped a couple singles on SoundCloud. So the server was going slow on my laptop. But definitely gonna post up on SoundCloud. We're gonna do a couple of videos for it. Definitely throw it on some radio records, just fun vibey records. And the creative process of the project where I was in a space where I felt like I did like no promotion for it. Like I haven't done promo for it. I think I did like one post on Instagram, and this is out. So going forward, we'll be doing promotion. That's a conversation that we've had. Artwork is a conversation that we've had. Making sure, approaching everything like I call it a mixtape, but if you look, some people call it an album, or some places call it an album. Just approaching everything like, yo, I want you to be an album artist. I want you to approach every project like an album, unless it's an EP. And if it's a 5, 6, 7 song EP, we're gonna approach it like an EP. But I want you to be an album artist who puts out albums and actually makes music. Like, who actually makes music. I want you to be an album artist. I want you to be someone that puts out full-length bodies of work that can stand against whatever it is. So so the first half and the second half, obviously the second half I got a little bit more help, obviously. So from artwork to song length to approaching everything as an album, like someone was just in my ear and was like, yo, fuck love an album. We gonna listen. We're gonna start marketing these things as albums. So that's something I'm looking for. Obviously, it's the bag for me. So 2-3 months waiting on the bag for me. But yeah, that's definitely something. That's definitely something that's cool. And I like the project. So we're probably gonna do a video for Hit My Phone. We probably do a video for Hit My Phone. That's definitely a single. For me, obviously, it's a single. and I'll probably say Magic, Magic. So those are three songs that I like personally. But if anything blows up, or anything that I feel like gets traction, we could do a song and we could throw it on the radio, we could throw it on whatever. Like, so that's definitely something I'm looking for. So videos, that's another conversation we have. Videos, radio, and just promoting myself. I don't do any promotion. Like, I just post it once on Instagram and put it out and let people receive it how they receive it. So just elevating myself, constant promotion, constant elevation, constant making music. Shout out to Brim. He just did an interview in Delaware. He just did an interview in Delaware, and he just did a Mayweather event. And Floyd is the GOAT. Floyd is the GOAT. Listen, I want to say, and it's so important. It's so fucking important because people don't really understand how dangerous of a sport that is. Boxing, MMA, how dangerous of a sport that is, and how serious of a sport that is, and how threatening of a sport that is. And coming out of post retirement, in retirement, training camp, whatever it was. So Floyd, obviously, he loves Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali is notorious for his fight with Joe Frazier. He's notorious for Thriller in Manila. He's notorious for during the beginning stages of World War II. The beginning stages of World War II. He, like, when he was like 16, he like decimated a German athlete, and Hitler said, "Yo, who's this?" It was like, "Yo, that's Muhammad Ali." But he was like 16, 17. He was like 16, 17. And then he did that, and then it went on, like, I think by the time he was like 30, closer to 30, 28, it was like, he did Thriller Manila. He was like, no Vietnamese ever cursed at me. So, if you Asian, if you're in Manila and you know anything about it, so it's just a little history for you. Bear with me. Bear with me. And they also responsible for doing EBTs. Like, if you do EBTs, that's in Kentucky. So they also do the Kentucky Derby. So that's just that area. That's just for that area. But that's in the South. We in the North. So yeah. So that's another thing. That's everybody. We like a fighter. We all like Ali. So shout out to Brim for that. Shout out